Connor Stanley's goal with less than 20 minutes to go. Last time out for Atlanta United 2. Salvaged a point when Indy 11 came to town. The homestand continues. Sporting Kansas City 2, the visitors. It's the USL Championship on ESPN Plus next. Time for some weekend action at the Fraction. It's the USL Championship on ESPN Plus from Fifth Third Bank Stadium in Kennesaw, Georgia. Atlanta United 2 coming in with a record of 3, 4, and 5. Sporting Kansas City 2 visiting, losing 4 of their last 5. They have a record of 2, 7, and 4. Alongside Jason Longshore, I'm John Nelson. Thanks for hanging out with us, however you are doing so. And Jason, it is game 3 of an important homestand in a very cramped Central Division.
Depending on results tonight, Atlanta United 2 could be in a playoff spot by the end of the night in the Central Division. But they have to continue pushing forward with a somewhat shortened bench and a couple of new faces on that bench from the academy. Atlanta United 2 needs to get off to a fast start to get comfortable tonight.
3 matches in a very short period of time during this homestand for Atlanta United 2. Let's take a look at some of the players we're going to be keeping an eye on tonight. And we will start off with a guy who was very, very busy last time Sporting Kansas City 2 came to town.
Yeah, a player who's been very, very busy this season. His second year with Sporting Kansas City 2, Enoch Mushagalusa. He had 2 goals in that 2-2 draw last time we saw Sporting Kansas City 2. But he's been scoring goals for a while. He had 53 goals for the Colorado Rapids Academy. It's a little bit of a surprise that the Rapids let him go. Colorado's loss could be Sporting Kansas City's gain.
On the flip side for Atlanta United 2, let's focus on one of the stalwarts, one of the anchors of the midfield.
Robbie Mertz is going to have to step up with Will Riley heading off to college. And Mertz, since he got healthy, has been a player who has been very involved in creating opportunities. Created 4 chances on Wednesday when Atlanta United 2 set their season high in shots. He has 11 chances created this season. He has 1 assist, but it feels like if Robbie Mertz can continue to drive this team forward and be that focal point in the build-up play, Robbie Mertz will add to that assist total as the year goes on.
That's your early look at Sporting Kansas City 2 and Atlanta United 2. When we come back on It Is Summer in the South, as you can tell by the cloud cover. When we come back, it's starting 11s in the first 45. It's the USL Championship on ESPN Plus. Stick and stay. We will return.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, together for better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
You wouldn't put your team on the same field as the pros. So why would you take them to the same doctor? From growth plates to emotional needs, teens are different than adult athletes. Take them where they're treated that way.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, together for better.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit Piedmont.org/QuickCare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. Kickoff coming up just around the corner. The first 45 for Sporting Kansas City 2 and Atlanta United 2. Jason, let's take a look at the starting 11s for tonight. And when you look at both of these sides, interesting subplots one way or the other. And when you're looking at Sporting Kansas City 2, it's a brotherly affair.
Yeah, both of the Rod twins are in the lineup tonight, originally from North Carolina, but Jehan in the midfield, Cave in the back line. Both have been stalwarts with Sporting Kansas City, too. I also look at this forward line, which is very powerful, with Musha Galusa on the left side, Roger Smith, who scored in the last match, on the right, and Wilson Harris leading the line up top.
For the flip side, in Atlanta United 2, no Will Riley. He's off to college. Ben Lundgaard in net.
Ben Lundgaard in net, his second start of the season for the Twos. Also, a Johnny Fortune comes back into the starting lineup. He received 2 yellow cards in the first half in Memphis, really put the team behind the 8 ball. They weren't able to get a result there. He had a great performance the last time out. He has an opportunity from the start tonight.
Kickoff underway here in Kennesaw as you're watching here in the first 45 minutes. Sporting Kansas City in their double blue. They'll be going from your right to your left. Atlanta United 2 in their all black with the red stripes. They're going to be going from your left to your right. Early chance here, and a foul on Alexander Garuba sets up an early set piece for Sporting Kansas City 2 within the first 30 seconds.
It was a giveaway from Garuba in a tight spot. He's in his first start tonight with Atlanta United 2. He tracks back well, but has to take the last step to try to break up the attack. Ends up tripping up the player, commits the foul.
So let's see what Sporting Kansas City 2 has in mind here. Once again, reminder, Sporting Kansas City 2 has lost 4 of their last 5 coming into this one with a record of 2-7-4, 10 points. As all of the teams in the Central Division are playing each other tonight. We already have one game that got an early start in Oklahoma. We'll look at the standings later on. But all the teams in the Central playing against each other tonight. And Jehan Rod is over it for Sporting Kansas City 2. And it is up and over everything. It'll be a goal kick for Atlanta United 2. Jason, let's take a look at the keys that you have in mind as Atlanta United 2 is in Game 3 of their 3-game homestand.
Sporting Kansas City 2 has been in some battles lately. They have scored 5 goals in their last couple of matches, but they've given up 6. They're going to be looking to make it much easier on themselves this time around, and they've got to feed Musha Galusa in space. His dribbling ability really caused Atlanta United 2 problems. He's going to have those 1v1 opportunities. For Atlanta United 2, Matias Benitez back in the team. Got to create some of that gravity up top to create open spaces for the rest of the team. Nearly got on the end of one right there on a header back that was a little loose. And they got to get a hot start here at Atlanta United 2. This is a little bit different group tonight. This is a tired team. Many of them have played a lot of minutes over the last couple of matches without a whole lot of help from the MLS side. They've got to get off to a hot start. Atlanta United 2 wants to make it easy on themselves as well.
Third match in a week for Atlanta United 2 in this homestand. 2-2 draw last weekend against Memphis 901 FC. They were down 2, came back to salvage a point at 2-2. Then in the midweek, we showed you the Connor Stanley goal that gave Atlanta United 2 the 1-1 draw against Indy 11.
Excellent work from a Johnny Fortune to track back, win the ball, try to start an attack. Fortune is trying to give a different look to this midfield with the absence of Will Riley, who's gone on to Stanford.
Josh Bauer loses control of it. Roger Smith tried to turn and have something happen for Sporting Kansas City 2 inside the area. They keep possession, and they're going to call a foul on Sporting Kansas City 2. We're going to go back the other way, minute 4.
Came off the hand as he was bringing it down. Islan and Peksanar calls the handball. It's an Atlanta United free kick.
Your ARs tonight, your assistants, Justin Lopez and Christopher Klotz. Your fourth official is Madzid Koric. Bryce Washington to a Johnny Fortune. Turnover to Jehan Rod. And a foul on Atlanta United 2 near center line.
Connor Stanley runs through the back of him. Fortune, a lot of activity early fresh legs from him and Garuba in the lineup tonight. Bauer as well.
Up and over, Mushagalusa will get there. Bradley Camden-Feo tries to backtrack. Mushagalusa's shot is blocked with the right. Robbie Mertz tries to settle it so Atlanta United 2 can gain possession. Aiden McFadden now with it.
Camden-Feo got a touch on that from Mushagalusa. He's in. It's almost a 3-on-1. And Bradley Camden-Feo gets back. I believe he got a touch. If he didn't, he at least forced Mushagalusa to take a heavier touch inside. That allowed Bauer to get into position for the block.
Caden Pierre with it. He'll send it back to Kave Rod. Rod through center circle. Roje Smith. And Caden Pierre cuts it inside on Camden-Feo. Toward the top of the 18, no one there. And Connor Stanley will come back the other way. Aiden McFadden sprinting, going through the gears ahead of him. And you're going to get a foul call there on Jahan Rod as Connor Stanley was trying to get it into the attacking third for Atlanta United 2.
Rod broke up the attack. Atlanta United 2 has done that as well. Referee, I think, telling everyone now he's going to start to call that a little bit tighter. The cards could be flying here shortly.
Chris Allen back to Ben Lundgaard. He'll send it forward with the left. And coming down with it, Sporting Kansas City 2, Mushagalusa. Allen backtracking as part of the double team. And the Stripes come away with it, Robbie Mertz. McFadden with the right, trying to get Benitez going. And it's going to go all the way back to Kendall McIntosh for Sporting Kansas City 2. It's his 5th start on the year. Quick turnover here, and the flag is up on Atlanta United 2, offside.
Again, it's a Johnny Fortune jumping into a passing lane, creating the interception. He plays Benitez, who's coming back from an offside position. But a Johnny Fortune, after a really bad night for him in Memphis, appears to have learned the lesson. He came on off the bench Wednesday night and brought a spark to the team. He's bringing a spark from the jump tonight.
Bryce Washington wins the header, sends it forward, but it's going to be a throw in the middle third. Amadou Dia is there for Sporting Kansas City 2, and he will send it back in. Pressure from Connor Stanley, and will go to the back line and Kave Rod. Caden Pierre calling for it. Rod goes a different way, but Pierre ends up with it. Down the right channel, sends it in top of the 6. Ben Lundgaard is there.
Lundgaard gets across, but Pierre had way too much space on the right side. This is the challenge for Jack Collison as he incorporates new players into the starting lineup. Alexander Garuba in a different situation tonight. He's come on late in games where he's pressed up high. Now he's got to track a player in Pierre who loves to get forward and create in the final third. Garuba has to make that run with him.
Camden-Feo, the turnover, goes back to Pierre. Pierre will go all the way back to Kendall McIntosh. McIntosh with the left. Wilson Harris won the header, but the flag is up offside on Sporting Kansas City 2 and Mushagalusa.
When it was played from McIntosh, Harris was offside. Paulo Nagamura not exactly thrilled with that one. Nagamura is a Sporting Kansas City legend, honestly an MLS midfielder legend, one of the best to do it in the league.
Mushagalusa tracks it down for Sporting Kansas City 2. Connor Stanley defending, trying to get the ball away. And there's your pressure that we talked about, Benitez. And it will go back to McIntosh. He has a loose touch on his own. Robbie Mertz almost got a handle on it for Atlanta United 2.
McFadden won the header, but Atlanta United 2 can't win possession.
Roje Smith behind Bradley Camden-Feo goes back to Ben Lundgaard. By way of Camden-Feo goes to Bauer, to Garuba. Fortune. Garuba with the big switch finds McFadden.
Good ball from Alexander Garuba.
McFadden with some room. He's got Mertz, he's got Benitez. He'll send it with the right up and over everything.
McFadden's looking for that himself for the shot. The run from Stanley created the space for him. McFadden just hits it high, but it starts with the switch from Garuba. Looked like McFadden might have got a little more of the turf behind it than he would have liked.
McFadden leads Atlanta United 2 in goals scored so far this season with 5. Up and over everyone, and that's going to be a throw for Atlanta United 2 as we head toward minute 10.
McFadden's also one of Atlanta United 2's best players in the air, both from a defensive perspective, but also in the attack.
Lundgaard finds Camden Feo on the bounce. Back to Josh Bauer. Robbie Mertz. Bauer forward with the left, intercepted, but Sporting Kansas City 2 can't hang on to it. And it's going to be Atlanta United 2 with a throw, and Camden Feo. And he can't hang on to it, so we're going back the other way. Pierre looking for a partner. Finds one, and Johnny Fortune is there to defend, so it'll be a deeper throw attacking third for the visitors. There's a look at Jack Collison, the head coach for Atlanta United 2.
Jack Collison has done a really good job managing the emotions of his young team. They've been playing really well. They've had some wild matches here lately. They haven't had the results they would like for their strong play.
Roger Smith sent it inside the 6, cleared by McFadden for Atlanta United 2, but back at it is Sporting Kansas City 2 and Kave Rod.
What Collison's been able to do with this group is keep their heads level after results that have kind of gone against them. They've had some unlucky moments. They've had some mistakes that they've been punished on. But this team especially is about building for the future. He's laying down some really nice bricks in the foundation.
Pierre found Mushagalusa. Mushagalusa was incomplete on his pass. McFadden sends it forward looking for Robbie Mertz. Nice chip.
Great ball from McFadden to Mertz.
Mertz tries to get past Danny Barbier. Didn't happen.
Barbier just stood him up. Good defending from the Atlanta native, born here in Atlanta. Barbier grew up in Allentown, PA.
Smith turned to Wilson Harris. Bryce Washington missed on that attempt at an interception. Here comes Mushagalusa down the left. Poked away nicely by McFadden.
Really good defensive test tonight for McFadden against Mushagalusa.
Nicely done to send it forward. Second bounce. One by Benitez, and there goes Mertz to send it forward, looking to get Garuba going. And Barbier just sends it out of the way. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2 in the attacking third.
Good positioning from Barbier. He's playing inside today with Amadou Dia on the left side of this back line. But Barbier was able to get to the spot and hold Garuba off.
Aiden McFadden with his choice of select soccer ball. Nicely done there by Benitez, trying to get Stanley going, but here comes Sporting Kansas City 2 back the other way. There's the pressure that we've been talking about for Atlanta United 2. So Roger Smith just sends it into the attacking third. Ben Lundgaard is there, and he will just send it away for a throw near center line.
Oh, Sporting Kansas City broke the pressure and nearly had a 3v1, but it was slightly over hit looking for Roger Smith. Lundgaard, in this Atlanta United system, the goalkeeper has to function as a field player sometimes. Lundgaard got it right that time.
Roger Smith trying to go in on Camden Feo inside the box, tries to center it with the right. Backspin almost kept it in, but it's going to be a deep throw for Sporting Kansas City 2. Caden Pierre going back and forth with Cam Duke. It'll stick with the visitors.
Good defensive work from Garuba.
Roger Smith in an offside position, just lets it go. It'll be a goal kick for Atlanta United 2. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Ben Lundgaard in his second appearance for Atlanta United 2 this year. Had a clean sheet and a win in his first appearance.
Good look from him to pick out Benitez. Wasn't able to bring it under control.
Flag goes up again as Wilson Harris looked like he was the one who had advanced in quickly for Sporting Kansas City 2 here halfway through minute 14.
Sporting's been close a couple of times with that ball over the top. Atlanta's going to play a high line. Sporting will have opportunities to get Smith and Mushagalusa and Harris in behind.
Harris bumped off by Chris Allen. Here comes Atlanta United 2 again. McFadden has some room. Got Connor Stanley with him. Back to it, Johnny Fortune. Benitez will get it back to Allen. And back over to Josh Bauer.
Good recovery defensively by Sporting Kansas City, too. Johnny Fortune had the ball, was looking for opportunities, couldn't find the right angle to get it back out wide. That slowed everything down.
Mertz cuts it back inside, chips it into the area and past everything over the end line. It's going to be a goal kick for Sporting Kansas City 2 as we head toward minute 16 goalless. McIntosh brings it in quickly. Picked off by McFadden. Nicely done, Connor Stanley, to get a hold of it. Allen with a quick peek over the shoulder. Give to Bryce Washington. Josh Bauer with a little room. Give to Robbie Mertz. Mertz with the right. Last touch by Sporting Kansas City 2. It'll be a throw for McFadden again for the Stripes. Quickly back in to it, Johnny Fortune. Chris Allen surveying a little bit. They'll give to Bradley Camden-Feo. Roger Smith on him. They'll go back to Bauer. Trying to draw the visitors back out a little bit. Fortune back and forth with Benitez. Washington back and forth with Benitez. Sorry about that. There's a Johnny Fortune. Bauer and Allen. Drives on Duke. Back into the middle to Fortune again. Back and forth with Connor Stanley. Bradley Camden-Feo.
Great ball from Fortune to Camden-Feo.
Robbie Mertz gets past Duke, wants to set up the right, blocked by Rod. Connor Stanley keeps possession nicely. Tries to turn on Mushagalusa, back to Fortune. Trying to find Garuba, knocked back out, and it'll be Atlanta United 2 again with Bryce Washington on the reset.
Excellent defensive work from Mushagalusa. Stanley was trying to get into a position to potentially draw the foul.
And the flag is up on Aiden McFadden.
Bauer nearly picked McFadden out on the right time there. It's a little too long in delivering that from Bauer. McFadden got a little impatient.
Another quick note for the W. The USL recently announced the formation of the USL W League, providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers both on and off the pitch. Comprised of clubs from across the championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets. The W League set to begin play in 2022 in more than 30 communities across the United States. Head over to USLWleague.com to learn more. Bauer, Mertz controls nicely to Garuba. Garuba over the top, finds Benitez. Good touch by Benitez, tries to cut it back, and you're going to get a foul call. Pexanar blows the whistle there. Set piece for Atlanta United 2 from about 28 as we head toward minute 19.
The first touch from Matias Benitez was silky. Brought that down under control. Barbier commits the foul as Benitez was trying to knock it across to Connor Stanley. Free kick a little bit from distance here. Benitez and McFadden are going to think about it. Also got some options to chip this in. Camden-Feo has been the recipient of one of these this season and has a goal to his name. Bryce Washington's been close a couple of times. Bauer as well. It's going to be Benitez over it.
4 on the wall for Sporting Kansas City 2. Let's see what Matias Benitez has in mind as Pexonar blows his whistle into the wall.
Might have been an arm that came out away from the body. That's what Benitez was calling for, but it deflects off the wall, easy for McIntosh to grab.
See if we can get another look next time. Play slows down a little bit. Over the top, looking for Wilson Harris, and the flag is up on Sporting Kansas City 2 again. Let's take another look.
Not sure if the arm got out or not. I don't think it did. Think it was down. Might have caught the bicep up high, but that's not a handball. Benitez nearly got it through.
Halfway through minute 20. Goalless between Atlanta United 2 and Sporting Kansas City 2. Very busy night in the Central Division in the USL Championship. Very busy night in the summer of soccer in the overall. And here come the visitors. Musha Galusa. Bryce Washington is there. Nicely done to get it away from him. Sends it back into the middle third, and Barbier will have to regroup for Sporting Kansas City 2 as Benitez was trying to force a turnover. McIntosh will send it back, and they will rebuild.
Heavy touch from Musha Galusa. Bryce Washington ate that one up with a perfectly timed tackle. Atlanta United 2 in the build-up phase is really interesting tonight with Aiden McFadden, as we've seen most of the season, pushed up very, very high. It's a Johnny Fortune who's sliding over to the right side to provide some cover and to provide a little bit of depth in the shape. But that time, Musha Galusa was able to get in behind both of them, and Washington had to come across for the tackle.
Bauer finding some room, give to Robbie Mertz. Couldn't keep it. Roger Smith was in behind, and Mertz is going to get a card for that tackle.
Frustration from Mertz. He stepped over it, lost control on the dribble, came in very late. Take another look at it now after Mertz lost control of it. He came in just late. Yellow card for him.
Jahan Rod is back up on his feet.
Like he caught him across the shins. Nothing too dangerous in that challenge, just late and unnecessary. Robbie Mertz has been playing very, very well lately, in the attack especially, creating opportunities. 45 games during his last 2 seasons at the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. He was a goal scorer there, 12 goals, 7 assists. We haven't seen the goals yet here in Atlanta. Started the season banged up a bit, took him a while to get into the flow, but Robbie Mertz has been very impactful lately for Atlanta United too.
9th game of the year, 8th start for Robbie Mertz after that early bout with battling injuries. And we've seen just how important having that kind of veteran presence has been for the Stripes. Bryce Washington is there, and he'll just send it out for a throw.
Welcome to Atlanta United 2, and 24 years old and 2 years of pro soccer is a veteran presence.
Rod. Over to Caden Pierre. Garuba forces that backwards. Trying to assemble it again, Sporting Kansas City 2. Bauer with the header. Camden Feo coming in, and it looks like he's going to get a card as well with the contact that he had on Jahan Rod. So it'll be a card for Camden Feo there halfway through the 23rd.
Unintentional, it's just instinct. The ball's bouncing, he's tried to play it. Foot goes up to try to bring it under control, and Rod's really close. I'm not sure how much Camden Feo got him there. No intent to play him there, but it is a yellow card. Christian Duke, the captain for Sporting Kansas City 2, wants to have a conversation about why that's not more than a yellow.
There's Camden Feo, his 2nd yellow on the season.
That's a mistake to go in for that like that with Rod that close. Easy yellow card. Looks like he might have caught Rod. no intent on that. He's trying to play the ball. The yellow card is 100% correct. I don't think there's anything more to it. Rod might need to get bandaged up here. We'll take another look from a different angle. He's not going into the player. He's going to get the ball, and he's immediately apologetic about it. Doesn't get the yellow card away from him. That's an easy call for the referee.
See there helping out with the physio is Jahan's brother Kaveh. Brothers from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And Jahan Rod is back up on his feet.
So dramatic.
Yeah, because there was a yellow card, he didn't have to come off even though the trainers came out. I'm not sure if he needed a bandage at the end of that. Camden Feo and Mertz now on yellows for Atlanta.
Rod in with the right, looking toward the top of the sixth, headed up into the air. Second ball, same spot. Garuba will send it out. Mushagalusa. McFadden on him. Knocked away, and here comes Atlanta United 2 with Mertz.
Good ball from Mertz to Allen.
Allen, Connor Stanley. Cuts it back in. Knocked away nicely there by Sporting Kansas City 2. And Fortune wins it back for Atlanta United 2 with the push away from Mushagalusa.
Excellent from a Johnny Fortune to close down that space.
Benitez wanted to wind and fire. Blocked, and it's going to come back the other way. Mushagalusa saw that Fortune and McFadden were there, so he dialed it backwards to send it forward. Chris Allen is there to win it for Atlanta United 2.
Bryce Washington won the header. Washington's second straight game as a center back, and with the issues for Atlanta United at the MLS level at center back right now, Bryce Washington could be in the mix when they're back in action next weekend against the New England Revolution.
Nelson Harris tried to get the ball away from Bryce Washington. Washington will regain. Benitez tries to dribble through a lot of double blue jerseys. Jack Collison calling for it, and he's going to get it for Atlanta United 2. Quick throw in to keep possession.
Good work back from Benitez after not being able to win the dribbling duel. He did force the turnover. Benitez defensively has really picked up that part of his game.
Camden Feo in with the left toward the top of the sixth, knocked out by Sporting Kansas City 2. Duke was there, and so was Robbie Mertz to slow that down. So it's just going to end up being a throw as Sporting Kansas City 2 is trying to leave their defensive third.
The defensive pressure from Mertz is another big part of his game as well. Relentless, this Atlanta United 2 side, when they lose possession, trying to win it back.
Bauer nicely done to get that away from Harris.
Positioning from Bauer, just stepping in front of Harris and chesting it down under control.
Fortune finds McFadden. Aiden McFadden cuts it back in. Back to it, Johnny Fortune.
Good look.
Tried to send Stanley. And they're going to call a foul on Christian Duke. So it's going to be a set piece again for Atlanta United 2 here halfway through the 28th minute.
Aiden McFadden earns this one. Get another look at it now. Yeah, Christian Duke comes in front of him. McFadden sees him coming and shapes his body to make sure that it won't be a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. It's shoulder into the chest.
So let's see what Atlanta United 2 dials up here. Benitez and McFadden.
Bauer all the way on the back side.
Top of the sixth, down, cleared away by Sporting Kansas City 2, but not all the way out. Robbie Mertz will maintain for the home side.
Good ball, and Washington had a good look at it, but he didn't catch it cleanly.
Lundgaard. McFadden. He's looking to go. Top of the sixth, looking for Garuba, intercepted by Rod. Sent back out and cleared. But not all the way out. Johnny Fortune is there. Gets around Harris. Connor Stanley. He'll go back to Bryce Washington.
Johnny Fortune's been outstanding tonight, seemingly winning everything in the midfield. Sporting Kansas City 2 getting impatient, trying to build up the play, just playing it long right into Atlanta's hands.
Camden Feo off of Caden Pierre, and it's going to be a deep throw in the corner. Mertz gets away from Ro'Jay Smith. Chris Allen and a Johnny Fortune. Stanley back and forth with 37. You're going to get a foul call there, so it'll be another set piece chance.
Atlanta United 2 is really starting to pin Sporting Kansas City 2 back right now. Rod commits the foul on Stanley. Stanley and Benitez are both very dangerous on the ball and both very confident to take on defenders.
Here comes Benitez to consult with McFadden. There's the line at the top of the 18. McFadden looking top of the 6th, and there was Bauer like we thought from the first time, but it's going to be a foul call on Atlanta United 2. It'll go back to Sporting.
Bauer was late to it, and Rod got there first. He's been taking a bit of a beating tonight. Bauer caught him as Rod was able to win the header initially.
One final note from the league here in the first half. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ plus community through the Forever Proud project. The USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forever-proud. Camden Feo into Allen. We're through the first 30 minutes here in the first 45. Stepping in the way was Rod to get it away from Garuba with Ro'Jay Smith. Wayward idea there. Here comes Connor Stanley. Gets away from Barbier. Poke to Benitez. Looking to go. Can he save it? No. Heavy touch, and he wanted to cut it back inside the 6, but he didn't quite have enough there, and so it's going to be a goal kick for Sporting Kansas City 2.
Again, it's coordinated pressure from Atlanta United 2 that forces the turnover. Benitez makes the overlapping run around Stanley. Heavy touch as he's trying to create the space. Sporting Kansas City 2 recovered well and made it difficult for Benitez to get a look at goal.
Islan Pexanar reminding Caden Pierre that he's got to go back a little bit. Can't quite throw it from where he wanted to. Duke double teamed Garuba and Mertz, but he gets out of it.
Garuba nearly won it.
Pierre looking for Musha Galusa, who's now on the right. Good work by Connor Stanley, but they're going to call a foul.
Garuba nearly won it the first time, did win it the second time. But then Connor Stanley commits the foul. Free kick for Sporting at midfield.
There's another look at it.
Stanley just late to it. The collective number of fouls on the Rod twins is getting close to double digits.
Back to McIntosh. Sporting Kansas City 2 will start over. The Johnny Fortune. Spin, fire, blocked. Garuba, and he couldn't do anything with it, but chipped, and almost with the deflection ends up going in just over everything. Barely. Madness there for a little bit.
It's more pressure causing a turnover from Atlanta United 2. It finds its way to a Johnny Fortune. His shot is blocked, and Alexander Garuba not ready to settle it. We'll get it back to Fortune right here on the replay. Blocked initially by Barbier. Garuba couldn't settle, and then the deflection, as it's trying to be cleared, nearly finds the back of the net.
McFadden with the corner. Sends it in looking for Bauer at the back over everybody. Will Bauer get there first? Dia will. And it's going to be a throw for Sporting Kansas City 2 in the deepest possible place you could do it.
Dia and Bauer have been on the back post battling on the last few free kicks that Atlanta United 2 have had. Dia wins this one, but Bauer doesn't give up on it and blocks the clearance. And now Atlanta United 2 can dial up more pressure.
Mushagalusa turns on Camden Feo. Connor Stanley's going to get called for a foul.
That was brilliant from Mushagalusa. Absolutely brilliant from Enoch Mushagalusa to get out of trouble. Connor Stanley thought he had won that cleanly, but committed the foul.
Rod, here comes Chris Allen from behind. Dia, Barbier will send it all the way forward. Looked like the timing with Harris was good, but Bryce Washington is there to get in the way. It'll go back to Ben Lungard.
The timing was good, but Bryce Washington has some closing speed on him. The North Atlanta High School grad ends up getting there after giving Harris a couple of steps to get in behind him. That initial part was misread, but Washington made up for it with pace.
Bauer back to Lungard. Harris got close. Lungard sends it toward McFadden, and it's going to stick with the stripes. McFadden wants more offensive resources to go forward for him, but he ends up throwing it back to a Johnny Fortune to start the play back again. Back to Bryce Washington. Duke chasing both Allen and Washington. Nicely done to get out of the way of that.
Confidence from Washington.
Mertz to Camden Feo. Waits for that second bounce, tries to get around Pierre, but Pierre will get it back to McIntosh.
Camden Feo tried to drive with that header around Pierre. Good recovery from the 18-year-old right back.
Garuba tried to leave it for Mertz, but Mushagalusa was there in defense. A lot of different bodies touching it right there. Back and forth sticks with Sporting Kansas City 2. Pierre quickly with the throw.
Garuba just a little late to react to the first one, but the recovery again. The hard work tonight from Atlanta United 2. They are defending with a lot of passion tonight all over the field.
Roger Smith, well done to get around Connor Stanley. Back to Barbier. Into Rod in the middle. Pierre.
Beautiful ball.
Will track it down.
Beautiful ball to Pierre.
Duke. Top of the sixth, up and over everybody, headed out by McFadden. It'll be a corner kick for Sporting Kansas City 2, late minute 37.
Atlanta's fortunate here that they're not punished for some mistakes. Ball switched to the opposite field to Caden Pierre, and Pierre picked out a really nice cross with multiple options in the middle of the park. McFadden ends up winning the header.
Jahan Rod will bring it in for Sporting Kansas City 2 with the right foot. Mushagalusa will meet for the short corner. Looking to go on Garuba. Cut back through Bradley Camden Feo, poked it in! Enoch Mushagalusa gets it past Bradley Camden Feo. Shot deflected past Ben Lungard, and the visitors are on the board.
Enoch Mushagalusa loves coming to Kennesaw, Georgia. His third goal of the season here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Garuba defending him initially. Camden Feo gets nutmegged. Allen tries to block the shot, but ends up putting it past Ben Lungard. This will be a goal for Mushagalusa because the shot is on frame, but it comes off of Allen. No chance for Lungard to make the save. It all starts with Mushagalusa on the dribble. One of the most devastating players on the dribble in the USL Championship.
Fifth goal of the season for Mushagalusa. 3 of them against Atlanta United 2. How does Atlanta United 2 respond in the final 7 minutes or so here in the first 45? And Ben Lundgaard just has to get rid of it.
Had to get rid of it because he couldn't grab it, and he really didn't have any other options.
Caden Pierre will throw. Early minute number 40. Allen defending Harris. Harris almost got around both Garuba and Allen. Allen sends it forward, but not all the way out. Rod. And Barbier center circle. Mushagalusa with the touch. Up and over, trying to get him sprung again. Lundgaard is there.
Perfect read from Ben Lundgaard. He came out, he won that cleanly. I don't think there's anything in it here. Mushagalusa is going to get checked by the trainers. Lundgaard was quick off his line. Ended up closing down this space quickly as we take another look, or we attempt to. We'll get that here shortly. There was a shirt grab from Camden Feo on Mushagalusa, but that had nothing to do with Lundgaard making the play. The 1-2 here, Mushagalusa gets in behind Bauer, gets behind Camden Feo. There is a shirt grab, but Lundgaard gets to the ball. The challenge from Lundgaard, there's nothing wrong with that. The shirt grab, if the referee had spotted that, could have been a penalty. Because it looked like it made a little bit of a difference.
Mushagalusa off the pitch. Drop to Lundgaard, Atlanta United 2. Working their way forward, Sporting Kansas City to a man down temporarily.
Mushagalusa will be back on. He's fine. I think he wanted to make a point about thinking he should have had a penalty.
Barbier stands up Connor Stanley. But Rod's pass looking for Roger Smith had too much on it, so it'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2.
But Camden Feo has to be careful now. He's already on a yellow. And if the AR or the fourth official gets a look at that replay, Camden Feo will be judged harshly on anything else that happens the rest of the night. Very easily could have been a penalty for Sporting.
Bryce Washington drives forward. Benitez. Ball sent away, but it'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2 halfway through minute 42. Island Pexonar telling Aiden McFadden to work it backwards. Johnny Fortune and Bauer. Robbie Mertz into Mushagalusa, and it'll stick with Atlanta United 2 for the throw. Bauer to Bryce Washington. Looking for Camden Feo. Chests it down, but he can't get through Mushagalusa, who sends it back the other way.
Defensive work this time from Mushagalusa. Was beaten initially by Camden Feo, but used some strength to hold him off. Now he gets beaten again.
Garuba and Camden Feo tried to get it worked the other way, but they have to defend. Once again, Sporting Kansas City 2 does, but a throw for Atlanta United 2.
Jahan Rod comes across to clean that up.
Bryce Washington and Chris Allen. Duke in hot pursuit. And Lundgaard will send it forward with the right. But Dia wins the header over Connor Stanley. McFadden. Tried to work it past Roger Smith. Nice ball to a Johnny Fortune. McFadden again, give and go. Can Fortune track it down? Barbier does first. Throw for Atlanta United 2 in the attacking third. Fortune in the corner. Looking to go on Roger Smith. Right on to McIntosh.
Fortune's trying to cross that for Garuba. Hit it right on McIntosh. Easy for Kendall McIntosh to make that save.
McIntosh will send it forward with the left. Bauer wins the header. Garuba sweeps it forward to Robbie Mertz. Looking for Benitez. Too much there. It'll go back to McIntosh, and we've got a minute plus any other time added here for the first half in Kennesaw. McIntosh working it from one end of the box to the other before he brings it out and sends it forward with the left. Looks like we're going to have 3 minutes added here in the first 45. A throw for McFadden in front of Paulo Nagamura.
Referee is a stickler for locations on throw-ins.
Good work by Benitez to try to keep possession, but deflection sends it back to Mushagalusa center circle. Benitez stays down. And a foul on Chris Allen.
Allen with the shove in the back after not winning the initial challenge. Benitez a little frustrated. He didn't get a free kick at midfield. Take another look at the Benitez incident. It's a heavy touch, and don't think there's a foul there from Christian Duke. Christian Duke came across and won that.
Let's see what Sporting Kansas City 2 has in mind here. Mushagalusa looking to go on Garuba. Bradley Camden-Feo there to help out defensively, but it'll be a throw for the visitors deep in the attacking third net corner.
Atlanta can't give Mushagalusa 1v1 opportunities. That's too easy. What's the better odds on that sequence from Sporting Kansas City 2? Lump one into the 18 and see if someone can win a flick on, or play Mushagalusa 1v1 with a forward in his first start? Easy decision. Camden-Feo able to come across to clean it up, but that's a simple one for Sporting Kansas City, too.
Mushagalusa tries to turn, send it into the 6, cleared by Atlanta United 2, but not all the way out. Rod back to his brother. Duke. Chris Allen nicely defended there. Connor Stanley, he's got McFadden, he'll find him. Dia intercepts, nicely done there. Harris chasing, Bryce Washington will track it down. Here comes Connor Stanley again, he's pulled down on a foul.
Wilson Harris just grabbed Stanley to break up the counter. Sorry, Christian Duke.
About a minute left here from the 3 minutes that were added on after the first 45. Bauer to Allen. To Benitez. Connor Stanley.
Overload on the right side for Atlanta.
McFadden tried to go on Dia, but back comes Sporting Kansas City 2 with it. Back to go forward, Barbier sends it, but Bryce Washington will get there before Harris will. Last touch by Sporting Kansas City 2. McFadden quickly to Stanley. Back to Bryce Washington and Bauer. Probably the last chance for Atlanta United 2 here, first half, to get anything done offensively. Duke with a bit of a tug on Robbie Mertz.
And eventually throws him to the ground. Referee playing advantage, but he spotted it.
Allen, McFadden. And that'll do it for the first 45. 45 plus 3, and it came down to one moment, and the visitors coming in here having lost 4 of their last 5, half the advantage after the first 45.
Frustrating for Atlanta United, too, because they carried a lot of the play in the middle of the first half, but end up giving up a goal to Mushagalusa after a 1v1 situation. We've seen this play out before. Can Atlanta United 2 make adjustments in half number 2?
We'll ask Jack Collison as we head toward the second 45, but when we come back, we'll catch up on everything else going on around the USL Championship. The visitors up 1-0 in Kennesaw. We'll have more from Fifth Third Bank Stadium with Atlanta United 2 and Sporting Kansas City 2. Stick and stay. It's the USL Championship on ESPN+. We will return.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, together for better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
You wouldn't put your team on the same field as the pros. So why would you take them to the same doctor? From growth plates to emotional needs, teens are different than adult athletes. Take them where they're treated that way.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, together for better.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit Piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. Sporting Kansas City 2 up 1-0 on Atlanta United 2 in a Central Division battle that means a whole lot here after the first 45 minutes. And we'll get into the Central Division standings and let you know why. As we take a peek at things, you'll notice that there are a lot of teams in a very short amount of space. And this was coming into today. We can adjust the numbers a little bit considering that the Lou City FC Tulsa match was moved up to 4 o'clock Eastern this afternoon because of weather in the area. FC Tulsa won a crazy one. So now after 11 matches, FC Tulsa is at 19 points. They are a solid third. Birmingham Legion is at 22 points. Lou City is at 20. FC Tulsa updated is at 19. Indy 11 coming into tonight was 15. Atlanta United 2 ahead of OKC Energy on goal difference at 14. Sporting Kansas City 2 playing their 13th match already this year, coming into tonight with 10 points. Memphis 901 FC getting the late start on the season. They've only played 9 matches. They've caught up a whole lot, but they only have 9 points in those 9 matches. So when we look at every other matchup going on tonight, including what's going on in the Central Division with Birmingham taking on Memphis and Indy 11 taking on Oklahoma City, that's what you're looking at inside the Central Division tonight. So the scores that we are looking at, Charlotte and Phoenix right now, they're at 1-1. Red Bulls are leading Hartford by the score of 2-0. That one is in the 63rd. They got an earlier start than we did here in Kennesaw. Birmingham and Memphis, that one is goalless in the 29th minute, 8:30 Eastern time. At Taft, it is OKC Energy and Indy 11. So right now, Birmingham Legion adding another point possibly to that tally of 22 if things hang on the way they are over the next 70 minutes or so, the next 60 minutes or so. Birmingham would go to 23 points. Memphis 901 would go to 10 points as a part of the very cramped Central Division late night. And in the 10th minute, you've got Oakland Roots and Vegas Lights. They are goalless as well out west in the Pacific, which has its own intrigue so far. Oakland and Vegas down at the bottom of the Pacific. And let's take a look at some of the other matches on the upcoming schedule on the ESPN family of networks. On the Plus on the 10th, you've got OKC and Indy 11, Oakland and Vegas. You saw the scores with that. Also, Sacramento and Orange County SC. We mentioned how it is in the Pacific. July 11th on ESPN Plus, Loudoun United against a very hot the Miami FC team. Los Dos taking on Tacoma Defiance in the Pacific. And on July 12th, New Mexico United and Charleston Battery going at it in one of those crossover matchups that we see this year when East goes up against West. Charleston gets to go to the Lab to take on New Mexico United. It'll be interesting to see that East-West matchup on the 12th on ESPN Plus, 9:30 Eastern Time. That is a very small amount of what is going on around the USL Championship. What else is going on that you need to know? Here is what you need to know about what's going on in the USL Championship. Take a look.
Hey everyone, this is Oscar Jimenez from Louisville City FC.
Hi, my name is Carl Howarth. I currently play for the Indy 11.
What's up everybody? It's Connor Sparrow with the Miami FC.
Josué Soto checking in here. Austin Bold FC.
Hello guys, this is Luis Herrera from El Paso Locomotive. Just wanted to share with you guys my favorite soccer moment, and that will be the day I made my professional debut for El Paso, which is my hometown.
Anderson swings it in. Barry making the run, gets a deflection. He puts it in. Colorado Springs has its lead. And the save from Cardoni. It's there, and Cardoni with a huge save. Beautiful ball through, and that's in. Brilliant.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, together for better.
You wouldn't put your team on the same field as the pros. So why would you take them to the same doctor? From growth plates to emotional needs, teens are different than adult athletes. Take them where they're treated that way.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, together for better.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. Sporting Kansas City 2, leading Atlanta United 2, 1-0 after the first 45. Showed you a little bit about what's going on in the USL Championship. Let's take a look at some of the news and notes and some of the happenings that are going on in and around the league right now. Thomas Valkyazil comes from San Diego Loyal to Birmingham Legion. So Legion bring in a defender to help out with the back line for Tom Sohn and Jay Heaps. They sign him to a multi-year contract. So big acquisition for Birmingham that they hope adds to their back line and adds to their successes that they've had so far early this season in the USL Championship. And speaking of the championship, a couple things that you could do by going to USLchampionship.com. The June Players of the Month nominees are out. Haji Berry, Ronaldo Damas from OCSC, Danny Barrera, Rodrigo da Costa, and Cameron Lancaster, who a lot of folks in the East have seen a lot of over the last handful of years. So that's your 5 for June Players of the Month. And also you can go on USLchampionship.com and choose the goal of the month. Right now the finalists are those 5 individuals right there. Connor McGlynn from Hartford from a goal back on June 5th. Alejandro Guido from San Diego up against Los Dos. Austin Yearwood on the 16th against San Antonio. Solomon Asante against Sacramento on the 26th. And Josh Suggs for New Mexico on the 25th. So you can look at those 5 goals, vote your fan choice for Goal of the Month. You can go to USLchampionship.com, look at Player of the Month nominees, vote on your fan's choice as well, and let everybody know what you think when it comes to the best action and the best players that we've seen in USL Championship. Taking a look at Team of the Week, Dylan Maris from El Paso. He was player of the week for his 2 goals in roughly 90 seconds in a rivalry match last time out for El Paso Locomotive. The team of the week presented by our friends at Clear Audio. San Diego Loyal in goal, Austin Guerrero, back line of 3. Tate Schmidt from Phoenix, Juan Castillo from Red Bulls 2, Brent Richards from OCSC. You've got Loud United's Ted DiPietro. We'll get it right sooner or later from Loudon United, part of the midfield 4. Alassane Antes-Diouf from Austin, Brian Ownby, who folks here in the East have seen from Lou City, Rodrigo Lopez from RGV, Kyle Gregg from Lou City, Solomon Asante from Phoenix Rising as well. They are a part of the team of the week, presented by our friends at Clear Audio. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the second 45. Hopefully hear from head coach Jack Collison of Atlanta United 2. See what he talked to the team about in preparing for the final 45 minutes here, Game 3 of this 3-match homestand. More from Kennesaw when we return. It's the USL Championship on ESPN+.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, together for better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
You wouldn't put your team on the same field as the pros. So why would you take them to the same doctor? From growth plates to emotional needs, teens are different than adult athletes. Take them where they're treated that way.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, together for better.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit Piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. Those gray clouds can stay exactly where they are. Sporting Kansas City 2 leading Atlanta United 2-1-0 as we get you ready for the second 45 minutes. The officials coming back out. Sporting Kansas City is out. We're waiting for Atlanta United 2 to come out. But let's take a look, Jason, at the first 45 minutes and how we got to this particular scoreline.
Sporting Kansas City, too, with a lot of firepower up front. Had some opportunities in the early going. Ben Lundgaard cut off that cross. Good recovery from Camden Feo, and then the block from Bauer on Musha Galusa. Benitez free kick went into the wall, deflected, ended up going into the easy hands of Kendall McIntosh. McFadden, a little hasty, puts it over the bar. Johnny Fortune had a very good half, in my opinion. His shot was blocked. Garuba couldn't settle, but Pierre nearly put it into his own net as he was recovering. Here's the moment for Sporting Kansas City 2. Musha Galusa nutmegs Camden Feo, goes with the outside of the foot flick that caught Chris Allen flat-footed. It deflects off of him into the back of the net. Musha Galusa has just killed Atlanta United 2 this season. Such a dangerous player, 1v1. And he had another opportunity as well where he thought he should have earned a penalty. There was a shirt tug from behind. Don't think the referee spotted it. Don't think the AR spotted it because it could have been enough for a penalty. Lundgaard ended up making the save with no penalty called.
5 goals on the season for Enoch Musha Galusa, 3 of them against Atlanta United 2. 2 of them back on June the 9th within about 7 minutes of each other. Here's your first half match stats. This is what we see. What do you think?
More chances created for Atlanta United 2, more possession for Atlanta United 2, just nothing to show for it. Sporting Kansas City 2 is comfortable sitting a little bit deeper when they've had to tonight and defending, and that front three with Harris, with Mushagalusa, and Smith are really causing Atlanta's back four problems.
Second half is underway. We'll catch up here with Atlanta United 2 head coach Jack Collison in just a sec. As you're watching here in the second 45, Atlanta United 2 is going from right to left. And I believe we have Coach Collison with us. Coach, it's John and Jason up here in the booth. In the first 45, you carried a lot of the play, but it was that one moment that got you 1-0 down. Coach, can you hear us? Coach, it's John and Jason up here in the booth. You got your ears on.
Good defending from Bryce Washington as Sporting Kansas City, too. Didn't care what we had planned for halftime. They nearly went out and got a goal themselves.
Yep. Atlanta United 2, once again, they're going to be working from right to left as you're watching here in the second 45. Barbier for Sporting Kansas City 2. Dia. And it's going to stick with the visitors. Quick reset. Wilson Harris looking to drive on Bauer. Sends it with the left, and Ben Lundgaard is there.
Great work from Wilson Harris. Bauer didn't give him much of a look at goal, but he ends up catching Lundgaard a little by surprise. Lundgaard's able to get both hands behind it, clean it up off the hop.
Bryce Washington.
Wilson Harris has been a star for Sporting Kansas City, too. Had 8 goals last year in the shortened season. The youngest player to hit that mark in USL Championship. Earned his homegrown deal with Sporting Kansas City. I think it's a matter of time before he features more on the MLS side.
McIntosh to Barbier. Sends it forward up and over McFadden, but too much for Wilson Harris. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2. Fourth appearance for Harris, by the way. Still looking for his first goal for Sporting Kansas City 2 this season. McFadden as Benitez. Still looking to try to find a partner here to throw it in. Gives to Connor Stanley, but it's turned over. Smith to Duke. Deflected, but Mushagalusa is there, so is Camden Feo.
Bradley Camden Feo stayed with it, able to get into the path of Mushagalusa.
Camden Feo sent it to Lundgaard. Lundgaard just sends it away. It's going to be a deep throw for the visitors.
Yeah, Lundgaard didn't risk anything with 2 Sporting Kansas City players right there in front of him.
Dia has Duke to his right. O.J. Smith working in, sent into the area. McFadden will get there. And the back and forth. McFadden can't get it all the way out. It's Rod to Cam Duke. Dia looking for Harris. Sends it in toward the 6. Camden Feo will clear it away. And another deep throw for Sporting Kansas City 2. Amadou Dia looking to throw it in. Early in the 50th minute, the 1 goal on the board for Sporting Kansas City 2 is the difference so far, 1-0. And Garuba will send it away. Mertz looking to spring Benitez, but it will go all the way back to McIntosh, quickly to Barbier. Benitez still in pursuit. But McFadden will get there. Johnny Fortune looking to turn. Bryce Washington does. He goes all the way back to Ben Lungard. Sporting Kansas City 2 coming down with it. Rod. And a foul on Allen.
Allen thought he had gotten around Rod there. Poked the ball clean. Referee disagreed.
Dia will go all the way back to McIntosh. Harris. Washington won the duel. Bauer nicely done to get away from Mushagalusa. Chris Allen. Back to Bryce Washington. He's got McFadden, but goes short again to Allen. Harris was tracking Chris Allen. Garuba chests it down. Give to Benitez. Knocked away. Bryce Washington got tugged by Harris, stuck with it. Connor Stanley. McFadden. Stanley, double team, gets away nicely. Give to Benitez. Washington. Bauer. Looking to spring a Johnny Fortune. Sticking with it, Robbie Mertz. Camden Feo in with the left, deflected. Benitez wanted to turn on it. Give to Connor Stanley just outside the area, back to Benitez. Thought about the right, dribbles through traffic, worked the left, and back comes Sporting Kansas City 2.
Not enough in that to get the penalty. Benitez was trying to create the left-footed opportunity.
Mushagalusa looking to get past Bauer. He does. Stays on his feet into the 6 and over the bar. The miss by Wilson Harris.
That is a gift for Atlanta United 2 as Mushagalusa nearly punishes them again. Bauer can't keep him out. Camden Feo can't block the cross. Wilson Harris is all alone on the back post, and he's going to have nightmares about that one.
Flag is up on Alexander Garuba for Atlanta United 2.
Benitez was coming back from an offside position. Did come back into his own half, but he was in the attacking half when the ball was played long.
Atlanta United 2 escapes a second goal by Sporting Kansas City 2. The margin still 1 halfway through the 53rd minute.
Atlanta's had a little bit of luck tonight. They've got to get something for it.
Good work by Garuba.
3v2 opportunity.
Robbie Mertz looking to drive on Rod. Through Stanley. Fortune is there. He'll size up the right, just wide.
Fortune was not the intended target of that first cross, but he had a good look. Doesn't test McIntosh. Takes a touch to control and just keeps it wide of the near post.
Harris knocks over Bryce Washington. It's going to stick with Atlanta United 2 on a throw. No foul there. But Wilson Harris does get a talking to from the man in the middle, Island Pexonar. Chris Allen. Double team turned away nicely to Josh Bauer. Camden Feo. Wanted to get it to Garuba. Quick work, Pierre. Intercepted a Johnny Fortune. Mushagalusa shoulders him away. Possession stays with the visitors. Caden Pierre will throw it in. Back to Rod and Barbier. Amadou Dia. Roger Smith. Couldn't quite keep possession. Last touch by Atlanta United 2. So it's going to be a deep throw in the attacking third for the visitors here. Dia's going to take his time. Late here in the 55th minute, up 1-0. Let's see what Dia has in mind. A couple of options. Smith, Duke. Getting some encouragement now from Pexonar. Roger Smith tries to send it forward. Robbie Mertz tries to dribble out of trouble, and he does. McFadden. Barbier stands up Benitez. Possession back with Sporting Kansas City 2. Amadou Dia.
Really impressed with Barbier playing as a center back tonight.
Last touch by McFadden, and we're going to have a substitution. First of the night for Atlanta United 2, and it is going to be the end of the night for Alexander Garuba after 55 minutes, and Daniel Sabatu will come in. The academy product started the last 2 matches, and now he's coming in for his 3rd appearance of the season.
First start for Garuba, played almost as many minutes tonight as he's played this season. Had some good moments, had some moments where he was a little slow to react defensively. He was also out on the left wing, which is a normal position for Garuba. We've seen him up top primarily. Sabatu comes in. He has a goal in those 2 appearances. One of the youngest players in this Atlanta United 2 group. And he will run at Pierre, especially on that left side for Atlanta.
We mentioned the short bench for Atlanta United 2 coming into tonight. Also on the bench, it's Mackie Jope, it's Darwin Mateus. Your second keeper tonight is Rocco Rios Novo, and 2 academy products. Jonathan Vidal and Johan Chirinos are a part of the bench tonight for Atlanta United 2.
Vidal has been part of the academy from the first year moving up the ranks. Chirinos has represented Honduras' U17s, and the U.S. is interested in bringing him in as well.
Sabatu with his first charge, has it knocked away. And here comes Sporting Kansas City 2. Duke can't get past Chris Allen, stands him up nicely. Foul on Sabatu.
Sabatu tracking back, just some youthful exuberance there after Allen. Good defensive work to prevent the counter. Great from Allen, and it just unnecessary from Sabatu.
There's Jack Collison down 1-0. 30 minutes to go to try to come up with an equalizer. Jahan Rod looking at the line of folks at the top of the box, sends it in toward the 6. Lundgaard's there, easy grab. Introduced to a Johnny Fortune, Roger Smith with pressure. McFadden and Fortune across to Chris Allen. Saw Sabatu. Benitez tries to return. Mushagalusa is there. Benitez in pursuit. Goes back to Pierre. Sent forward. And McFadden will track it down halfway through the 59th minute.
Nice idea to try to pop that wide for Roger Smith.
Great idea by Chris Allen to get Robbie Mertz going forward. Mertz cuts it back into the middle. Benitez goes down, no whistle. McFadden to the top of the area.
If the referee played advantage, there really wasn't much of one where that foul took place. If you didn't think it's a foul, I'd like to have another look at it.
Dia, Barbier. Bryce Washington is there. McFadden finds Sabatu.
Good look from McFadden.
Robbie Mertz. Benitez tries to get it back to Mertz, but here comes Duke again for Sporting Kansas City 2. He'll send it forward. Mushagalusa. Allen is there. So is Camden Feo. 2-on-1. Stripes come away with it. Sabatu.
Great flick from Camden Feo to Sabatu.
A Johnny Fortune center circle. Connor Stanley couldn't quite control it. Finally does after it pops up into the air. Connor Stanley. Camden Feo blocked up into the air just outside the top of the box, and back comes Sporting Kansas City 2. Bryce Washington has to close it down quickly on Wilson Harris. Nicely done there.
Harris might have had a step behind Washington when that ball was played, but Bryce Washington able to recover, get a foot in there. That's a couple times he's been able to catch Harris from behind.
Robbie Mertz. Fortune. Back to Bauer. Allen brings it forward. Too much for Sabatu, and it'll go over for goal kick. Programming note, tune into ESPN2 Saturday, July 17th as the USL and ESPN continues with a Mountain Division clash. Colorado Springs Switchbacks and the new Widener Field step into the national spotlight, welcoming San Antonio FC for a 2 p.m. Eastern matinee. Don't miss a second, Saturday, July 17th at 2 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. Pierre tried to pass it back into the middle, knocked away, but it'll be a throw for the visitors here, late minute 61.
That midweek game is looking like it's taken its toll on some Atlanta United 2 players. Foul called as Mushagalusa was tracking back for that.
Bryce Washington in his 5th match in a row. Robbie Mertz. Sabatu. Bauer. Trying to get Connor Stanley behind the back line of Sporting Kansas City 2. Now you've got a chance for Stanley. What does he do here? Top of the 6th, knocked away. And it's going to be a corner for Atlanta United 2, knocked away at the last by Christian Duke.
Sabatu flicked that forward to Robbie Mertz. He's trying to find Connor Stanley, who had found a spot at the top of the 18. Mertz just couldn't get his head up to pick him out. Mertz might have been trying to bring it across for McFadden, crashing on the backside.
McFadden with the right, looking back post, headed away by Sporting Kansas City 2.
Just over the head of Bryce Washington.
But Mertz will track it down. Connor Stanley all the way back, give to Chris Allen. Chested down, and it's going to be another corner.
Not on the same page that time. Could hear people yelling, let it go, let it go. But trying to chest that down to McIntosh. He can't get there in time. Mushagalusa made the wrong decision that time around.
So let's see if McFadden goes back post again. See if the thought pattern changes. Flatter this time, headed down, knocked away by McIntosh. They're going to call a foul on Atlanta United 2.
McIntosh and Washington both go for the same ball. McIntosh was able to knock it away. Let's take another look at it. I'm honestly not sure where the foul is. It looks like it's just a play that the goalkeeper makes the play. Washington has the same right to go for that as well. I don't think he impeded McIntosh in any way. But it's a strong play from Kendall McIntosh.
Robbie Mertz. Bradley Camden Feo looking to go on Mushagalusa, pulls it back instead to Mertz. Chris Allen. Duke was chasing, back to Bauer. And Allen. Connor Stanley poked away. Roger Smith. And they're going to call a foul on Duke, so it's going to go to Atlanta United 2. As the fans are getting into it here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. 25 minutes and change to go here. The goal by Enoch Mushagalusa back in minute 38 has been the difference. The one moment for Sporting Kansas City 2. As Atlanta United 2 tries to chase an equalizer here. Harris tried to get it away from Bauer. They'll go back to Ben Lundgaard. Bryce Washington nearby. Chris Allen center circle. Mertz. Bauer. He's got some room. Camden Feo. Connor Stanley. Mertz again. McFadden. Back to Mertz. Allen lets it go to Josh Bauer. Gets it as Duke is trying to guard. A Johnny Fortune. Rod was there for pressure. Back to Bauer. And Fortune. Fortune going for the big switch. McFadden keeps it in. Good job there by Aiden McFadden. With the left. Chested down. Allen. Stanley. Back to Bauer. Nicely done there, Johnny Fortune.
Bauer's continued his run. Now he's a forward.
McFadden. Top of the sixth. Headed away. Mushagalusa and Camden Feo fighting, and they're going to call Bradley Camden Feo for the foul.
Not a whole lot in that one from Camden Feo, but it's really smart from Mushagalusa to earn the free kick when Sporting is in a lot of trouble, and that's going to be his last action of the night.
Jamil Roberts checking in for Sporting Kansas City 2. Signed 4 days ago by the organization, and if the name is familiar, up for an award, I think tonight actually is when the award ceremony by ESPN, the ESPYs, for his goal for Marshall in the championship game.
He's a little busy this evening.
Yes.
I hope he wins the award. They're going to have to get his address and send it along. Pro debut for Jamil Roberts tonight.
Sent forward by Kendall McIntosh. Sabatu tries to get away from the double team, can't get away from the third body for Sporting Kansas City 2. Bryce Washington gets in the way of the Roberts' first touch.
Beautiful touch from Allen.
Fortune has Robbie Mertz. He's got Sabatu. Gets around the initial tackle. Fortune can't quite keep control. It's going to go back to the visitors. Great ball there. Sticking with it, Roger Smith. He'll get past Bauer.
Bauer got a touch on it, but couldn't settle it.
Pierre. We'll go back to Rod. To Barbier with room. Back and forth with Dia and Barbier. Stanley closes. Harris has Roberts. Bryce Washington closing, top of the sixth. Easily tracked by Camden Feo, but it'll be a throw for Sporting Kansas City 2.
Great work from Wilson Harris to play Roberts in down the left side. You mentioned how crowded the Central Division was earlier. The other two games going on in the division, both are draws right now. Birmingham and Memphis in the second half, 48th minute, scoreless. OKC and Indy 1-1 in the 28th.
That would move Indy right now up to 16 points. That would move OKC up to 15 points, as Atlanta United 2 is currently on 14 points.
And if this result holds, Sporting Kansas City 2 would be on 13 points. They've played more games than the teams in front of them. But that last playoff spot, very, very tight pack chasing it. It's too early to scoreboard watch right now for teams, but Atlanta United 2 with an opportunity to get into the playoff spot if they can turn this lead over.
Sent in back post, defended by Bryce Washington. But to your point, I think it also mentions just how tight the Central Division and how competitive it is as a group.
Yeah, and that's why every play matters. Like that one from Bryce Washington, getting the header on the back post, heading it away, gives up the corner again. But it also shows why Sporting Kansas City is going to take their time on these situations right now. They're going to take advantage of having the 1-goal lead. Atlanta United 2 preparing a substitution.
Short corner, back and forth with Duke. Roberts. Thought about sending it into the area with the left, but wayward pass to Robbie Mertz.
Good pressure from Benitez to force that turnover.
Fortune. Can Benitez track it down? No.
Just experience from Fortune. You need him to play that first time out to the left to open things up. Although Nagamura surely won't mind about that one.
Throw for Atlanta United 2 there, last touched by Sporting Kansas City 2. And Atlanta United 2 is preparing a sub. And it's going to be Johnny Villal coming in, and that's going to be the night for Chris Allen.
Villal making his USL Championship debut. Yet another Atlanta United Academy player getting a start here with the twos in the USL Championship. Villal is 16. Going into a spot where there's going to be a lot asked for him as Fortune drops into the Chris Allen role a little bit deeper, and Villal and Mertz will try to spring this attack from the central attacking midfield spots.
Now you mentioned Chris Allen started every game so far this season for Atlanta United 2, led them in minutes coming into tonight with almost 1,000, and he cleared that tonight.
3 games in a week at the intensity these games have been at. It's asking a lot. Allen couldn't finish it tonight. We'll see what Villal can add in his debut.
McFadden, heavy touch. Roberts for Sporting Kansas City 2. Dia chased by Stanley.
Nice work by Dia.
Bauer couldn't control it, but Sabatu will track it down ahead of Roger Smith. Camden Feo. Benitez, double team, poked away. Here comes Sporting Kansas City 2 again.
Good tackle.
Roberts with some room. Bryce Washington closing it down. Off the post at the 90-degree. Roberts just wound and fired. Didn't miss by much.
Roberts had a clean look as Atlanta United got stretched and turned over. Hits that from 25 yards out, puts it off the crossbar. Roberts trying to win another ESPY tonight.
Welcome to the USL Championship, Jamil Roberts. Bryce Washington. Sends to Camden Feo. Camden Feo tries to turn, defended nicely, but it'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2 as we head toward minute 75.
Good switch of play from Bryce Washington.
Mertz sends it into the middle. Connor Stanley has to speed up to track it down. Bryce Washington is there to make sure that Jamil Roberts didn't get it for Sporting Kansas City 2. Bryce looking, tries to find Sabatu. Connor Stanley is there. Give to McFadden, who spins away from trouble. Benitez. Thought about the left, and he does, but it's all over everything, high and wide. Programming note, if you're on the road and can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM-FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and the brand new USL All Access, featuring Mike Watson, Devin Kerr, every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Prem, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM-FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the XS and the SXM app. 15 minutes plus any added time to go. The Mushagalusa goal has stood up in 3 matches in a homestand. In a week's time for Atlanta United, 2 have also shown. Looking like tired legs and a tired bunch out here, down a goal. That Mushagalusa goal in minute 38 has stood up since then.
It's been a well-organized sporting group here from Kansas City. They've been very well structured in their traditional 4-3-3. Paulo Nagamura has been able to bring in a couple of different pieces tonight, get some good performances across the board.
Pierre looking to get past Camden Feo, and they're going to call Pierre for the foul.
Not really sure what that's all about, but all right. Goal kick would have sufficed, but okay.
Bryce Washington just outside the box. Fortune and Bauer. Camden Feo. You see Jack Gollison down at the bottom of the screen directing traffic. Center circle, Connor Stanley turns. And a foul called there on Rod, and it looks like Rod's going to get a card. So Jahan Rod gets yellow here in minute 77.
Nice work from Stanley. His 1v1 ability is going to be needed here late. Got the angle on Rod. Down and landed hard on that elbow.
I think Atlanta United fans have seen enough of injured elbows the last handful of days.
Yeah, after Alex DeJohn broke his elbow in Nashville on Thursday. That's why Bryce Washington playing center back in the last couple of games is very important. It's why Josh Bauer being on the bench in Nashville is very important. It could be called upon sooner rather than later in Major League Soccer.
Valal had his pocket picked, but Bauer does a nice job to get it back from Duke, and we'll try it again. Valal, touch, too much for Connor Stanley.
Good 1-2 from Valal, but the pass to Stanley too much.
Mertz finds McFadden by himself. Tries to send it back post, headed and saved by McIntosh.
Incredible save from Kendall McIntosh. Sabatu got a lot on that header.
Just wide, Benitez, and Robbie Mertz is down back behind the play.
Mertz got hit behind the play. I think the referee had spotted it and played advantage, but Mertz has stayed down, face down. Let's take a look at the save from McIntosh. Sabatu went up and won the header clean. Incredible reaction from Kendall McIntosh, but his job wasn't done as Benitez had a pretty good look with the left foot.
And there's Robbie Mertz getting looked at by the physios. We'll see if we have another look at it.
Mertz just got cleaned out by Kave Rod. He stayed down after that. He's on his back now.
Subs coming in for Sporting Kansas City 2. Jake Davis is coming in for Jahan Rod. And there's Jake Davis.
And Isaiah LaFleur is the other substitute coming in. Rod on the yellow card. Easy one to get him out, bring on Jake Davis. Robbie Mertz is walking off. Not quite sure what the injury was. Hopefully it's not going to be significant because his chance creation, his playmaking abilities, much needed right now as Atlanta United 2 tries to find a goal.
Wilson Harris is the other player who is out for Sporting Kansas City 2. Bryce Washington tries to get it away from Roberts. Roberts stuck with it, but so did Washington. McFadden looking for Sabatu. Too much is there, so McIntosh will grab.
Sabatu coming to life here late. Benitez is dropping into a little bit deeper role at times, leaving Sabatu up top.
McFadden nicely done there to backtrack as they were looking for Roberts on the left. Bryce Washington.
Atlanta United 2 has been trailing at halftime now 3 times this season. In the 2 matches coming into this, they were able to pull out draws.
See what they can do here. Valal to Robbie Mertz.
Flip side is Sporting Kansas City 2 has led 1 time at halftime this year, and they saw that one out for 3 points.
McFadden working the perimeter. Give to Fortune. Thought Camden Feo was going to cut to the inside, did not, so it'll be a goal kick for Sporting Kansas City 2, and McIntosh will take his time. The United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. Nine minutes plus any added time from injuries and substitutions that we have here in Kennesaw. Sporting Kansas City 2 with a win goes to 13 points. And the 5 teams that are in very close proximity to each other in the Central Division are going to stay that way. The order may jumble a little bit with all of the teams in the Central playing each other tonight. But Atlanta United 2 chasing after an equalizer here with 8 minutes plus to go.
Memphis has scored in Birmingham, and they have the 1-0 lead in the 61st minute.
Getting out of trouble. Sporting Kansas City 2. Duke trying to get it to Roger. Sent in. Opportunity for Jake Davis. Gets past Lundgaard, but he can't quite handle it.
Lundgaard came out and did enough. He didn't come out recklessly, came out and stood his ground. Jake Davis forced into a heavy touch as he tried to round the keeper. Tried to knock that back to his right foot, and it just came off of the right foot and went out of bounds.
Stanley, Valal, double teamed, gets out of it. Mertz.
Valal showing some nice composure in tight spots. Very technical young player. Just turned 16.
Fortune. Back and forth with Valal. Connor Stanley. Roger Smith up top for Sporting Kansas City 2, offering pressure, but it's to Bauer now. Fortune center circle. They'll give up all that real estate in the middle third. Connor Stanley back to Bryce Washington.
Bauer cycled forward now.
Big right looking for Camden Feo. Chested down. Chasing after it in the corner. Camden Feo comes away with it. Looks to send it in top of the 6. Through everybody. Back post and cleared.
Sabatu just tried a little flick. There wasn't much else that he had available to him. Didn't make contact.
Camden Feo with the throw. 6 minutes to go. Washington. Valal gets away from Jake Davis and the double team. Sends it back out to a Johnny Fortune. Bauer. It's got Camden Feo to his left. Fortune got away from Roger Smith. Good spin by Camden Feo. Sends it in with the left back post. Headed away and out. Bilal has a chance. Tries to chip it. Goes over the bar. Goal kick.
Love the thought from Jonathan Bilal there. He didn't make it come off, but he looked up and saw that far upper corner and tried to go for it. The confidence, really nice to see in his USL Championship debut. The execution, not there yet.
That's the night for Cam Duke. Graham Smith, the defender, coming in.
Likely going to be a line of 5 now for Sporting Kansas City 2. Graham Smith with a good bit of Major League Soccer experience for Sporting, and Peter Vermes' side going to the middle of that 3 center back setup.
Roberts tracked it down. Bryce Washington tracked him down. It'll go back to Ben Lundgaard. 4.5 minutes in counting for Atlanta United 2 to come up with an equalizer. Robbie Mertz surveys as Sporting Kansas City 2 retreats. And the give to Bauer.
Looks like Chirinos might be coming in now for Atlanta United 2.
Sabatu. Connor Stanley looking for McFadden. Into the area, top of the 6th, over Sabatu, headed up and out, chested down. The Stripes keep possession with Bilal. Bilal looking for Sabatu. Johnny Fortune. Hit Jake Davis, but he keeps possession. Bryce Washington center circle. Mertz, Fortune. Through Bauer to Camden Feo. Looking to go on Pierre. Spin with the left. Pierre gets it away from him, tries to send it away. Sporting Kansas City 2 will keep possession. Pierre sends it forward with the left. Washington kind of in the way, and it's going to be Darwin Mateus coming in late minute 67. That'll be the night for Robbie Mertz.
Mertz, after that injury when he was shaken up, really haven't seen him much on the ball since then. Again, a lot of minutes played in the last couple of matches for Robbie Mertz. Darwin Mateus comes in. His 1v1 ability could unlock this Sporting Kansas City 2 back line.
First touch. Davis is there with him. Cheeky chip. Chested down. Benitez just outside the 6 wants to set up the left. Poked away. And it's wide with the idea. First touch from Darwin Mateus. Shot on goal.
First touch was actually a beautiful chip into Benitez, and Benitez couldn't find the space against the trees in the back line for Sporting Kansas City 2. Mateus got it back at the top of the 18. Just couldn't bend that around to put it on frame.
12th appearance of the year.
Yellow card was issued off the ball. Caden Pierre delaying the restart as Sporting Kansas City 2 trying to hold on to this 1-0 lead.
McIntosh taking his time before he sends it forward. Sabatu, too much for him. Up in the air. Davis tried to win it away from Fortune. Sporting Kansas City 2 does. They'll go to the back line. Rod sends it forward. Through Bryce Washington to Ben Lundgaard. He'll try to get things started again rather quickly. Coming up on the 90th minute. Mateus. Swept away by Davis. Nicely done.
Clean tackle from Davis.
And Sabatu cleans out from behind. And Daniel Sabatu is just going to get a bit of a talking to from Islan Peksanar.
There's not a lot in it. Sabatu just runs through the back here. But it's enough for LaFleur to take his time. That's the biggest enemy of Atlanta United 2 right now, is just time. Camden Feo wanting the play to be brought back underway quicker. Referee says he's got it. We'll see how much stoppage time is added.
Rod kind of hovering over the ball for Sporting Kansas City 2. Sweeps it forward into the corner to Caden Pierre. Looks like 4 minutes are going to be added up and over everybody. And so it'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2. 4 minutes to go for the Stripes to add an equalizer here. It's the last match in this 3-game homestand in a week's time. 2 draws for Atlanta United 2. 2-2 a week ago against Memphis 901. 1-1 midweek against Indy 11. Down 1-0 since the 38th minute here against Sporting Kansas City 2. What can the Stripes do here? Mateus. And the touch as Bauer went forward. Was last touched by Bauer as Rod contested it with him, and so McIntosh will take his time to reintroduce it.
Bauer's turned into a forward at this point with 3 center backs. Why not? Benitez and Bauer up top.
And the Atlanta United 2 fans encouraging McIntosh to kick the ball. They've kept their own timer at times.
He'll take a yellow. He has no qualms taking a yellow card right now.
Camden Feo wins it for Atlanta United 2. Heavy touch by Sabatu. Rod will send it down. Roger Smith was offside. Coming up on about 2.5 minutes from the added 4. Benitez and Bryce. Well done by Benitez to get away from trouble. Connor Stanley tries to backtrack. But here comes Jamil Roberts.
Good work from Roger Smith to pop it forward to Roberts.
Davis was there in the middle of the pitch. They didn't see him in time. Can McFadden keep it in play? Yes, but he can't quite find Mateus. Sent away by Barbier. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2, middle third. 2 minutes to go. Mateus has Camden Feo. Tries to get around Pierre. Has him at arm's length. Valal is there to assist. He'll try to bring it forward. Last touched off the deflection. It's going to stick with the Stripes for a deep throw.
Camden Feo was able to beat Pierre a couple of times when he initially pushed up higher, but Pierre's won the last 2.
Camden Feo goes long. Bauer looking for Sabatu. And cleared by Sporting Kansas City 2. And Lundgaard playing center field. He'll send it long. Looking for Bauer. Sabatu tried to do the flick and missed, but they keep possession with it. Benitez looking for Valal, sends it back. Camden Feo with about a minute. Connor Stanley. Missed the first touch, into the middle. Mateus with the one hop parried away.
What a shot from Darwin Mateus, but Kendall McIntosh with another big save. Ben Lundgaard coming up for this corner. Mateus struck that so cleanly, and it took a hop in front. That's such a difficult shot for McIntosh to save.
Lundgaard forward, all the bodies forward for Atlanta United 2. Low, through, Lundgaard keeps possession and missed. Up into the air, and it will be a goal kick.
Lundgaard couldn't find it, but he ultimately did and played it to Matias Benitez, who had a good look at it. But Benitez just shanks it into the air. Lundgaard, Atlanta United 2's goalkeeper, up for that, ends up nearly having an assist. But Benitez puts it into the stands, if it got there.
And Kendall McIntosh taking his time. We're on the north end of the 4 minutes added. So this should be it the second he introduces. Pexonar asking him to do so. He does. McFadden couldn't quite keep it. Roje Smith just sends it into the corner. But LaFleur is there, and that'll be another offside. Flag is up. Last chance to dance now for Atlanta United 2.
Remember, McIntosh took a long time on a goal kick previous to that one. Gonna get one more opportunity, have to send it.
Fortune does. Looking for Bauer. Tries to get to Valal, but Rod is there. And full points to Sporting Kansas City 2.
Outstanding performance from the boys in blue. They get the goal from Mushagalusa and they defend well. Number of players run back to Kendall McIntosh. That's your man of the match. 2 massive saves to keep the clean sheet and earn the 3 points for Sporting Kansas City 2.
Big Central Division battle goes the way of the visitors. We'll come back and put a bow on it from Kennesaw. It's the USL Championship on ESPN+. Sporting Kansas City 2, full points against Atlanta United 2.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, together for better.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit Piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, together for better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
Welcome back to Kennesaw and the site that we see after every match when Jack Collison has been in charge. Everybody gets together for final words. As Atlanta United 2 this timeout ends their 3-game homestand with a 1-0 loss to Sporting Kansas City 2. The 1 goal on the board. Touch off of Chris Allen, shot by Enoch Mushagalusa, and that's all that you needed for the 1-0 victory for Sporting Kansas City 2. Let's take a look at the final numbers, Jason. Those are your match stats. What do we know?
McIntosh with the 2 big saves. Atlanta United 2 had a lot of the ball in the second half as Sporting Kansas City 2 dropped deeper to hold on to their lead. 9 chances created by Atlanta United 2. Aiden McFadden had 3 of them, but unable to find the breakthrough. That last bit of quality in the attacking half never materialized for Atlanta.
So the Central Division becomes that much more crowded as Sporting Kansas City 2, coming into this one having lost 4 of their last 5, gets full points with the 1-0 win here at the Fraction. Atlanta United 2 gets a week off, and then they go in 7 days to take on Lou City in Louisville before returning back here to Fifth Third back on the 28th, another big division battle against FC Tulsa, July 28th. For everyone here at Kennesaw State, it's been another fun one for Jason Longshore. I'm John Nelson. Thanks for hanging out with us however you did so today. Sporting Kansas City 2 goes away with full points, 1-0 over Atlanta United 2. This has been the USL Championship on ESPN+. Play it safe, everybody. We'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.